Hi there. So today I'm going to show you something that is far more juicy. It's not a product by itself. It's something more like my own executive admin dashboard, which is like an internal tool for Mathify operations. Now, obviously with AI, all of us are more productive when it comes to coding and stuff. So um, in a shorter amount of time, I'm able to create tools for my own use that allow me to be more productive or perhaps cover angles in the platform that would have otherwise taken a lot of time to develop, right? So in this case, I want to talk about evaluations because I have a few dashboards here that are interesting, but I suppose that talking about agentic AI in general is interesting. So for example, in case you're not familiar with what evaluations are, they're basically a way to not like you want your AI agents to improve over time, right? So you grade them, right? You grade them, you evaluate coding agents, and eventually you can analyze their performance in a more objective manner, right? Which is what I've been trying to do here with my own evaluations. I have visual evaluations, I have design evaluations, I have some sort of rubric with an average score. I suppose I could show one, for example. Here's an example. So I have a design validation, a visual rubric that evaluates whether there's clipping, whether there's text overlap, where a lot of visual elements are fine. I have an engagement rubric, which basically scores if an animation is boring or not. Whether it's good for TikTok, whether it has a hook. This one didn't have an opening hook. Whether it has a wow moment, aesthetic beauty. I'm thinking about a pedagogical rubric, that evaluates the content from an educational perspective a little bit, whether it's pedagogical or not. My competitors can see this video, and they may be watching. I have some competitors, but I think it's too fun to build in public, so that's why I'm actually sharing this. Anyways, I think it's fine. I have an analytics dashboard that allows me to see how things are doing. It's a bit tired, it's a bit. I think this one says that it failed. It doesn't mean that the animation is bad. I think it's an animation similar to it. I think animation is okay. It says that the eval failed because it wasn't perfect, but it's very hard for it to be perfect anyways. But it's still very useful to get a sense of the pass rate, which ones are like really pretty much perfect according to the evals, and which ones perhaps were not so perfect. So I have like these dashboards that allow me to see that stuff. And I also have like, I can see how things are doing here, for example, and I think it's very fun, right, to see which ones score. Yeah, this one, for example, scored pretty much next to perfect, and you can see it here. If I see the details, um, well, no, these ones are scores, but the other ones are like almost pretty much perfect, right? So I can see a prompt. Now I'm versioning the prompts, and this is where my competitors should fear, to put it away, because I want the prompts to improve over time, perhaps even self-improve. That would be a dream if the prompts can self-improve. They don't need to self-improve. I can take a look and see what I can improve over time. But I have an objective way in which I can see and evaluate the performance over time of every version of, for example, the default Mathify prompt here, right? Yeah, so that's the vision, and that's where I'm going. What else is there to show? Projects, analytics, prompts, music. Music, I add background music that you can add now, as I mentioned in a previous video anyways. I can add it from my dashboard. But that's it. I wanted to talk a little bit about evals because I'm learning a lot about them. If you're into AI and you want to comment on my LinkedIn post or something, I would appreciate that because I'm trying to improve my techniques, right? So that the AI agents that I'm building are more perfect, are more systematic, right? Because the thing with AI is that it feels very subjective sometimes, to put it away. But with evals, it brings a little bit of engineering objectivity, which I like, right? It's more formal. So that's where I'm at, and I hope I can keep sharing some content on evals. I think that would be an interesting thing to show in these built in public videos. So thanks for watching.